Hello, everyone. This is Martin, and welcome back to another weekly update. I'm going to be talking to you about the trading opportunities for this week, and we're talking about the week of October 31st to November the 4th. Now, here in Canada and Toronto, we're going to have a Halloween on Monday. So, these trading opportunities and everything I'm looking at, we're heading into the scary Halloween week. That's what I'm calling it. And one of the biggest reasons we can call it that is if you have taken a look at the economic news that's coming up for this week, you will see that you will be overwhelmed by the important news that's coming out. We're going to cover that in just a second. So, that's pretty scary when you look at all the different news that could certainly impact the major currency pairs, and it could either create a lot of sideways action heading up to the news for the individual currencies, or it could give us tons of volatility and well, that's Halloween week for you. So let's start by looking at the www Forex Factory if you want to get the latest on the economic news that's coming out for this week. Okay, you can see here's the Forex Factory website. It's free. Anyone can go to it. I always have a quick look on the weekend, see what's coming up, and you can see here Sunday, October 30th. So what you're looking at is see these little decals or these icons right here. You're looking for something that's blood red. Blood red. When the color is blood red, that means it's super important. Okay, and I don't see anything right there like for Sunday, October 30th. So far, Monday, October 31st, I'm going to be scrolling right down. Let's take a look, and there we go. Now we get our first indication as to the important news that's coming out. So the very first thing, and this is for Monday evening, well into the evening, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. You can see Australia is coming out with its interest rate decision. Will they raise or lower interest rates? So that's 11:30, and if you so that's going to be important event. And then we get into Tuesday, November the 1st. Oh, and I'm sorry, we're still not finished. We can on Monday evening as well. And I believe it's for the same time. Let's have a quick look. Yeah. Okay, well, it's tentative. It's the Bank of Japan policy rate statement. But Tuesday, scrolling down here, you can see Tuesday, November the 1st. We've got the Bank of Japan press conference. That's tentative as well. And then we get into some other news. But the next major piece of news here, we're looking at employment change for New Zealand, so important economic news coming out from New Zealand and Australia later in the evening. Okay. And then on Wednesday, we've got the dreaded uh, FOMC statement. That's at 2 o'clock. This is when the Federal Reserve gives us clues as to whether they will be raising their interest rate right away or waiting until December or whenever. Anyways, this piece of news that does come out always moves the market quite a bit, and so just be aware of that. That comes out at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we head into Thursday, November 3, you can see, and wow, look at this. British pound news, lots of British pound. The official bank rate, so that again concerns the interest rate for Britain. Official bank rate here, and that's coming out at 8 o'clock in the morning. So that certainly could move the markets. 8:30 employment news again for the U.S., and then we get into Friday, November 4th, and this is big. In the morning, you've heard of these words before, I'm sure. Non-farm employment change, right? Non-farm payroll. So that's the big news. That's one of the biggest movers that moves or affects a lot of the currency pairs. That's for the U.S. And of course, on the other side, the Canadian. For the Canadian government, we have our unemployment rate news coming on as well. So that's it for this week, and that's why I call it the Halloween week. Okay, so I guess the only thing scarier than this, and hopefully you can find the humor in what I will say next, but what's scarier than looking at this week is perhaps finding out that you actually have, at the end of this week, looking back, you will say to yourself, gosh darn, I actually made some money this week. So that's probably scarier than having to face all of this impending news that's coming out. Anyways, I'm just kidding. Hopefully, everybody's always making money. Okay. And now we're going to close this down and we're going to go to the actual. Okay, here we have the Euro USD daily. And before I start, one of the things that was really important that I noticed last week on the close on Friday, almost all the currency pairs reversed on Friday. So you can see here on this Friday candle, what a huge up candle that was. So it reversed from the Thursday. Thursday was a down bearish candle in black here. Then Friday was a huge up candle. Okay, so and that happened with almost all the currency pairs, as well as oil. I'm sorry, oil and gold, and they also reversed on the Friday as well. So we're going to take a look at all that in just a second. So I see a Euro USD. Let's take a look here for a second. Price here is well below the 50 SMA, which means we are in a downtrend. And you can see the blue MACD line. We are in a seller's market. However, let's take a look. We are in a major retracement pullback, and price may just come up to this resistance area here. May come all the way up to this red line. You can see that I've marked that in with another resistance area. And if price pulls back all the way there, then you can look at a selling opportunity if price actually reverses or bounces off this and comes back down, right? If the other thing is price may blow right through here and come up all the way here, and then you can also look for a selling opportunity up here somewhere, and so you can sell below. Well, you can look once price pulls back and finishes its pullback, you can look for selling opportunity at 110.50. Okay, 110.50, or just wait for price to come back below this area here and 109.20. Okay, so if price comes back down, then price is going to come down much further. Again, I kind of think my bias for the short term is to the upside. Okay, then we get to the British pound USD, and again, here again, the British pound is doing its sideways dance. Take a look back here in all these weeks, and now remember this is the daily chart. So here's 1 week's worth of price action, another week's worth of price action, another week, and you can see prices went up, down, up, down, up, down. It kind of just stayed sideways, never went below this. Um, you can see this major support zone right here finally dropped like a rock below here, and now it's just going sideways again. So again, the key level to watch is, see this, I've drawn in this red magenta line right there. So I'm not doing anything, I'm just kind of waiting, but waiting for price to come up to here, and that is at the 123.80. Okay, 123.80. I just want to double check that with my crosshair. Yeah, 123.80. So at this area, you can either look for a buying opportunity to the upside, and if it goes higher, it's got a long way to go, or it could bounce off this, and it could be a great shorting opportunity to the downside. It just may go sideways for a while, but again, depending on the volatility and depending on British pound interest rate news that's also coming out this week, or just totally wait for a break below this area right here, and that you're looking at a break below the one. Well, that's a round number, 1 2000 1 2000 120. but again, I would wait up to 119.80 or something like that below that. Okay, right now we are just going in the sideways consolidation market. Now, let's go to the Australian USD. And last week I said that we were in a major triangle, okay? And you can see here's the upper trend line, here is the lower trend line. The green trend line means that when price comes back down, I expect to bounce higher. The red magenta line means that when price goes up, I expect a bounce down lower. So my bias in the short term is toward the upside. I think price will go higher. And again, if you think that's going to happen, and I believe it will, then we can look at a break above this area right here. See this little red arrow, okay? And so you're looking at a buy above 77.50. Let's take a look here. Oh, I'm sorry. You're looking at a buy above, okay, what is that? 76.20. Above 76.20, then if price gets there or above there, then it most likely will go higher. But again, watch out because of the resistance there, okay? Or just wait for a breakout below here. You can see down here in that. So price would have to break below the trend line and then come down lower. And then the next support zone or this area, you can look at this 200 moving average right here, okay? Now we get to the, well, you can see here, I switched to the LEOD chart, and you can see prices contained within the upper and lower yellow line, and that means this is kind of a no trade zone. Price is just wee bit below the 50 moving average, so right now it's going to struggle a bit. Will price go lower? Price go higher? Again, it's just a wait and see situation. Now, Australian dollar is tied into gold, and interestingly enough, I put on the daily chart here for gold, gold versus the USD currency pair, and you can see that price is channeling sideways but going higher, making higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, slightly higher highs. So it's kind of uptrending higher, but do you recognize this pattern, everyone? Just to have a quick look. We have a huge volatile drop down, impulsive drop down. Now we're going sideways. This is what's called an upside down flag, right? And the tendency when you see this pattern, at some point, most likely price will break down to the downside again, and that's why I've got this little red arrow here. So this is called this is what's known as a flag. Price goes down, sideways, and if you were to turn this upside down, you would certainly see a flag formation. Okay, so tendency when you see this, price will break below the trend line and come back lower, and it'll retest this previous low right here. Also, take a look to the left side. See this huge up candle right there? Okay, and again, take a look at the low there. So that is kind of a huge dominant candle. Price would have to close below this candle right here on the left. Hopefully you can see that, and then you would have more confidence taking a bearish trade to the downside. So right now it's wait and see. Okay. Now we get to the New Zealand USD, and we also have some news coming out, as I mentioned already. Now we are stuck in a sideways pattern conveniently until the news comes out, and we are in a downtrend, okay, because price is below the 50. Okay, a lot of people are asking, well, why do I say downtrend? Well, if you take a look, price is below the 50. Price is also below this is the 21 moving average. The MACD is below zero, which means we're in a seller's market. However, we are in a retracement, okay? Since this swing low here, price has gone up, come back down, and if it goes higher, it will make a higher low, but the key is this level right here. If price breaks above here, then price certainly is going to go higher. But price may just go up to the upper trend line in this triangle, bounce right back down. So it's a wait and see situation. You can wait for price to go higher, then bounce down, wait for breakout below here. The breakout is sell below the 0.70 70 80, okay, below 70 80, or you can wait for price to go all the way back up to here, and then when the pullback's finished and it's heading back down again, because my bias is to the downside, you'd be waiting to take a sell trade below 0.7220, 0.7220, okay, if price comes all the way here. Let's take a quick look at the LEOD. You can see price is now heading into the two yellow lines. So there is room for price to go higher up to here. Okay, and that's why I said my short-term bias is to the upside because we are in a pullback. So you'd be looking at for those short intraday traders. Trading off of the very short-term time frame charts, you may be looking at buy opportunities. So you're looking for buy entries, okay? And but the overall long term, we are in a downtrend. Now, US CAD, okay. You can see here price since the previous Friday. You can see that with this red vertical line. That's this candle right here, this big up candle closed on the previous Friday, and then we've had the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of trading. You will get the 5 days bit of trading due to the platform that we're using. We're using ThinkForex, and so you get the proper US close. And so the charts are much better to read than working with a platform that offers you 6 days worth of trading. So the very first day with the black candle, it's actually Sunday and Monday's trading, okay? And it's much easier and much more accurate to read the price action when you have 5 days worth of trading on, especially with using this broker. Okay, now getting back to the story here. The story is price has gone up, but take a look. I'm just going to zoom in just a wee bit. Okay, make this a little bit larger for you. Okay, what is this candle? What is that candle? Okay, you can certainly see two dojis in a row. So we have a lot of indecision. The buyers are certainly having a bit of a struggle with the sellers. Sellers are trying to keep it down. The buyers are trying to push price higher. We are at a long-term resistance that goes back a ways. So this is drawn that in the gray rectangle. That is long-term resistance. So you could either look for price to break out above this level, and um, we're talking about a breakout above 134.35. So about right here, it's the base of this red arrow. So above 134.35, if price comes up or closes above there, then you can look at price going much higher or waiting for price to come back down, and that's another great idea. Waiting for the bounce here, waiting for price to come right back down, and it certainly may over the next couple of days, and then looking for a buy entry right down here at the base of this candle. That's what I'm looking at, and we're looking at a buy entry, or after the pullback comes down and it's finished, and you see evidence to the upside, you're looking at a buy above the 132.50. So buy above 132.50 as long as the pullback's finished and there is buying evidence to the upside. Okay, right now we are in a buyer's market and price is certainly above the 50. So we're in an uptrend buyer's market. You just have to wait for your right entry depending on your entry criteria. Okay, and again, if you look at the LEOD chart, price has gone up quite a ways, and just have a quick look back here. Price goes up, comes back down, right? Take a look to your left again where my cursor is. Price goes up, comes back down. right here. Price goes up, comes back down, right? Price goes down, comes back towards the yellow line. So again, is almost overextended. At some point, price has to come down, okay? And it may go higher, but just be wary that we are at or near resistance. Now we get to oil, and the U.S. Canadian currency is tied into oil. And what do we see? Again, remember I said on Friday, most of the currencies or things, the commodities that we're looking at actually changed course on Friday. It reversed here with this big black bearish candle. On a Thursday, it was up, and then we have a huge engulfing bearish candle. So in the short term, I see price coming down a wee bit toward this area, and so this is in a downtrend. We are in an overall uptrend because price is above the 50. You can see that, and the MACD blue line is above the 0. So we are in a buyer's market. We actually are looking for buy trades, but we have to wait till price comes back down, completes its pullback, and then bounces up off of here, or perhaps even lower. But I'm expecting price in the short term to come back down. Then what you're doing is looking for again a reversal to the upside, and that may happen if the price of oil, and this is oil, if the price of oil, um, comes down to a point where it's it's a little bit inexpensive, and buyers come right back in. They feel it's a good area of demand. It's a great, it's the right time to buy oil, and they may push price, the price of oil back up again higher. So again, this is tied into the Canadian currency, and just make a note of that. Okay. Now we get to the US Swiss franc, and you can see we have been on an up tear. We're now in a major downtrend again on Friday. It closed down heavily, bearish, and you kind of have to wait and see if the pullback is finished, or we're looking for the pullback to come down further. And I'm kind of expecting the pullback to continue, and what you want to do is buy above the 0.9800. Let me just draw that in. Okay, I'll draw that in. 0.9800. Okay, I'm just drawing something in here. Let me look at the cursor. So anywhere from here to here, anywhere in this area right here. After the pullback is finished and you see evidence to the upside, then you can again look at buying above this areas, uh, to the upside. But I believe price, I mean, it's possible price may just stall about here, and it looks like kind of a nice area to buy right there with a support area. And price may just go higher, but again, if price goes higher and you see bullish evidence, then you can get in right away, or just wait for the pullback to end. It may come down much lower. Then look for bullish evidence to the upside. Okay, and let me see. Do we want to look at the LEOD chart? Yeah, you can see the candle is just moving right into this no buy zone. So you kind of have to wait and see. I love the LEOD chart because it can, quickly you can visually see what's going on with price, whether you're in a buying, whether you're close to having a buying opportunity or selling opportunity. As long as price is between the two yellow lines, you are in a no buy zone. So it's wait and see. And the final pair is the US Japanese, and this one's interesting. It's been slowly grinding sideways, slowly higher, making new higher high, higher lows. You can see, okay. And what it's grinding slowly sideways. On Friday again, we had a bearish candle. I believe in the short term it may come down a bit. Okay. However, overall, let's check the overall. Remember, this is the daily chart. We are in a uptrend because price is above the 50. We also, you can see the MACD, it is above the 0 level, which means we're in a buyer's market. So what you want to do again is see if price comes back lower, bounces up higher, and then take a buy trade. Um, or you can wait for price to come back down all the way here, and that is a little bit more of a conservative move. And so you're looking for price to come, like for price to pull back down to this area here, and then look for buying evidence to the upside above the 103.50. So that's what this is signifying, above 103.50. As long as price comes back down, if you're patient enough, just wait for that to happen. If it does, and then you see bullish evidence to the upside, you can get in, or just wait for a breakout above here, and the breakout point would be above the 105.50 this time, above 105.50 here. And if it breaks above here, you've got the 200 moving average, which you see in the red dashed line, and that price will be drawn right to it like a magnet. Okay, so that's the take for this scary Halloween week. Hopefully, you are in the game. If anything, please watch Forex Factory. Take a look at the results as they come out if you have the time, or in the end of the evening when you come home from work. Take a look at the results. Take a look at your price on your chart. See what happened and learn how the news impacts price. I mean, that's one way of learning, right? And so hopefully you'll take that advice. Always keep learning. Always try to do what you can to improve yourself. And let me know how things are going. If you need any help, please contact me and I will certainly do my best. So take care. Happy trading on this scary Halloween week. Hopefully you have a great time on Monday evening with your children. If you have kids, I love Halloween. I love handing out candies and watching the kids come up to the door and that. I love the costumes and that. So it's a great time Monday evening. But take care, everyone. Have fun. Be careful, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.